to you. My name is Anne-Marie. If you haven't joined me before on a Monday evening, welcome, very, very warm welcome. And if you are one of my lovely regulars, then very, very warm welcome back indeed. So as always, I'm going to give you a couple of minutes just to set yourself up, let yourself get you sorted, all your technology, all your bits and bobs. Tonight's just a mat, head cushion, all the usual stuff. Please stay safe, don't do anything that's going to hurt yourself. I'll give you plenty of options, so work at your level. But anything that's uncomfortable or twingy or sore, just give it a break, take a relax, take a stretch, do a different alternative, do a different move. Loads of options available. I want you to finish this hour feeling fantastic and feeling better than the start of this hour. So I really do hope that you enjoy the session with me. We'll just do a little bit of box breathing just to get ourselves nice and relaxed for our session. So just starting in a fairly neutral stance. I'll build this up properly in a minute, but just start a nice calm relaxed stance. And with me, if you want to take a breath in, 2, 3, 4 and hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4 and hold, 2, 3, let's go again, in, 2, 3, 4 and hold, 2, 3, 4 and out, 2, 3, 4 and hold, 2, just a couple more, in, 2, 3, 4 and hold, 2, 3, 4 and out, 2, 3, 4 and hold, 2, last one here, breathe in, 2, 3, 4 and hold, 2, 3, 4, breathe out, 2, 3, 4 and hold, 2, 3, 4. Wonderful. I hope that's just started you relax, nice and calm, ready for our session. Let's build up our neutral stance properly together now then. So let's get your feet directly under your hips, those pointy bits at the front, and we're just going to rock forwards and back. So stretching out the toes, stretch out the feet. You know the drill, you know what we do. Okay, and I was going to say today, I mean, obviously I spend the whole hour chatting to myself on these sessions. Feel free to chat back, okay? Anything you want to say, get it out of your system, that's all good. I'm with it, it's fine, okay? If you want a good moan, now's your chance, actually, it's a good one. I won't complain, it's all good, okay? Am I going mad? I've done too many of these, haven't I? Stretch those feet out. I need some interaction. Oh, I've been at home on my own all day. Alright, and rest it there. And straightening the feet out, we're just going to go out, and then I've been working hard. If anyone's watching from work, I have been working hard, don't panic. Okay, it's just been a quiet one. Okay, rotating through the ankles, getting to the outside and the inside of the foot. Lovely, and just feeling that movement. And letting that come to settle in the middle. So again, just have a little check. Your feet will only be about 4 to 6 inches apart if they're directly under your hip bones, okay? So it's not the outside width of your hips, it's kind of this middle pointy bit here. Moving up through the legs, it's nice and soft at the knees. So ideally your feet are pointing forwards as well. If you do need to have them a little bit out, because that's comfy for you, that's absolutely fine, okay? But soft at the knees, moving up to the pelvis. Imagine that bowl of water inside the pelvis. You're just going to tip it under and over. So you're getting that movement into the lower part of the spine. So just to show you from the front, it's tip under and over. So really I'm trying to isolate kind of tummy button up. It's quite stationary from there. And it's the pelvis that's rocking and tilting and getting that motion. It's directly forwards and back. And slowly reducing the size of that move. Okay, so reducing the size of the move so it's nice and settled in the middle. You've got a neutral arch in the lower part of the back, moving up through the spine and pulling up all the way through to the top of the spine, drawing down all the way at the bottom of the spine, knees still nice and soft. So the ribs directly over the hips. Let's just stretch out through the chest. So bring the shoulders forwards, up, back and roll them down. So easing away the shoulders away from the ears, the shoulder blades drawn down towards those back pockets. Naturally the hands will tend to open out towards the front of the room. You've got a nice little stretch all the way across the top of the chest, looking forwards, so chin is level, head is looking forwards, everything's quite even, quite symmetric, quite long and quite comfortable here, okay? You've got a gentle stretch at the front, that lovely neutral curve in the spine. So this is our starting position. This is always, we'll be drawing back to this kind of neutral position, be it standing, be it lying down on all fours, but always trying to come back to this neutral position every time we get into position for our next moves. So from here, let's do the full and wide breathing. So if you'd like to join me, feel free. Put the hands across the ribs. I quite like to start with the fingertips just touching the front of the rib cage, and then I know as I take that full and wide breath in, the fingertips just ease apart. As the breath goes out, they just squeeze back together. And enjoying that full and wide breath, and feel it's a width across the chest. Rather than bringing up, we're going wide. It's really nice to get those deep breaths in. Nice, calming, relaxing, centering us into a really good place. Okay, and we're going to think about our core contraction as well. So today let's think about that hips to belt, 10 notches on the hips to belt. On your next full and wide breath in, breathe in, open up the rib cage. As you breathe out, tighten around the hips, so really tight, 10 notches on the belt, you've really got it all the way in, and it's holding and it's tight. You feel it just under your fingertips and the crease of your legs, and release. Okay. And when you're ready on your next full and wide breath, then breathe in. We're going to go to the 5th notch on the belt, so 5 notches in on the belt. Just holding that comfortably there. And breathe out to release. Okay. And on your next full and wide breath, then we'll breathe in. Bring it to that 3rd notch on the belt, so 3 notches in. Just nice, comfortable, you can hold it, it's all just little gentle tightness, just holding it all together where it should be, keeping everything in place. Okay, sounds good. Okay, and let's really start to warm up. So I'm going to start with some nice big shoulder rolls. So just leading with the shoulders, taking them forwards, up, back and down, and continue that movement. Okay, so releasing any tension. If you tend to hold tension, your traps, these kind of muscles that run down from the side of your neck, down towards your shoulders, just really draw them back and down. And you can squeeze it up and then release. So you're opening the front of the chest, you're opening at the back as the shoulders come forwards, all the way down into the traps, feeling that lovely movement. Lovely, lovely. Okay, and from here, let's get our arms into a cactus arm position. So the arms, the elbows directly wide of the shoulders. I'm just going to rotate. So get this rotation movement. So bringing the hands down to a horizontal position, back up. Okay, just enjoying that little rotation. And for some people that might not feel so comfy, it just depends on your shoulder mobility, but actually for some people, it's exactly what you need just to open out around and through that joint. Okay, so only to a point that's comfortable for you, a kind of gentle stretching sensation, absolutely fine. Anything twingy pinchy, do something different, it's all good. Go back to the shoulder rolls. Okay, wonderful. And from here, we can release that. We're going to do some swimming with our arms. We do this sometimes, don't we? So we're going to start with that front crawl, so that reach forwards, up and over, up and over, up and over. And you can let that upper body rotate, taking the shoulder forwards and backwards as you go. Reach and reach and reach. Lovely. It's not long till the swimming pools are open again, if that's your thing. Rather exciting. Reach and reach. And then that back stroke, just kind of windmill the arms back. Again, allow that body to rotate as you go. And stretching it round. Wonderful. And we're going to try that little brain teaser where we do one arm in each direction. So if we start them both at the top together. Okay, one arm forwards, one arm backwards. Let's do it. And it's just a nice sweeping, long movement. You'll naturally, or I naturally find my body kind of has a little twist as we go. It helps to guide my arms which way they're supposed to be going. Okay, next time at the top, hold it there, we'll go the other direction. Brilliant, brilliant. Maybe you quite enjoy this, or you're currently cursing my name. I hope it is the former. Okay. Just a couple more. Oh, just swinging it round, swinging it round. Alright, and release there. Just give the arms a little shake, a little bit of movement. That was quite a nice little workout to warm up the shoulders and upper arms there. Lovely, lovely. Right, we're going to do some rolling down to inchworm. I'll just move my head cushion out of the way, so I'm not going to trip on anything. But I'll show you from the side. It works quite well from the side, this move. So starting in that neutral position, we're going to do a roll down. So we'll do a couple just rolling down, rolling up to get us in the right frame of mind, in the right spine position. So start, tilt the chin, and just roll down the spine. Don't need to go super far. We'll go a couple down and up before we do anything else, okay? So just rolling up, allow those vertebrae to stack all the way back up, coming to that neutral position. Before we go again, tilt the chin, feel the spine away from the wall behind us. So slowly, slowly, it's like a wheel just going down like a cartwheel. Alright, and back up here. Next time we go down, we're going to take the hands down. If you need to bend at the knees to do that, by all means do so. Start with the roll down. Start with the roll down. See how far your hands get, and if they're not going to get towards the floor, just bend at the knees, that's fine. But otherwise, take the hands down to the floor, and we're going to walk the hands gently forwards until we hit roughly a plank position. So drawing those shoulder blades down the back, and then walking the hands back. And when we get to the back, again straightening up through the legs, rolling up through the spine. It's quite a whole body move this, a kind of roll down to an inchworm. It's quite intense in the sense you've got strength required in the shoulders and the wrists and the arms. Bit of mobility, warming up through the spine, get that nice long plank position before you come back out. Not particularly holding it at the ends, keeping it reasonably kind of dynamic, albeit slow and dynamic. But again, thinking about that rolling down, so you're really getting the mobility into the spine as we're going. All the way out if you can. If that's not comfy to do, by all means just go down onto all fours. You can always take the knees down towards the floor. Okay, that will reduce some of the pressure into the wrists and into the shoulders, because you'll be sharing that body weight more into the lower body as well as supporting it with the upper body at the front of the move. Okay, this is going to be our last one. So if you're still with me, just going out all the way, gradually bringing it back. Okay, heels down, straightening up, gradually back to our neutral position. Awesome. Okay, and from here, oh yes, let's have a neck stretch. That's a good idea. Okay. Right, standing up on neutral, just take the ear down towards the shoulder. Oh yes, this is good. Okay, and if you want to use the opposite hand and reach down towards the floor, so you've got this nice stretch down the side. Lovely. And you can look down towards the floor as well if you wish. Release that, bring it back to the middle. Take the ear down towards the opposite shoulder, fingertips on the opposite hand away. Just feeling that lovely stretch. Fantastic. Okay, you can take that gaze down towards the floor. And coming back to your neutral, we're going to do a little bit of twisting here. So starting just looking side to side. So again, we're getting a stretch in the rotation of the neck, and gradually allow your spine to join in this move. So I'm slowly kind of releasing the shoulders, the upper back, upper body is rotating, and I'm going to start to increase the amount of spine I allow into that. So at the moment my hips are still fairly solidly pointing forwards. I'm going to start to release those, start to release the hips, release the legs, and get a little bit of a twist in here. All that nice movement all the way through the spine, also getting some movement into the hips, ankles, and just gently into the knees. Just quite smooth, controlled movement. And it's just a gentle swing, swinging round. Okay, how are we doing? And come back to the middle. We're going to work through the mobility again of the hips. So take the feet a little bit wider than they normally be. And imagine you've got a hula hoop around your waist and you're trying to wind it round. It's like the slowest hula hoop in the world. And you're moving that round. So the knees are kind of can be set. Let's remain soft. But your aim is to get your hips as far in each of the directions as they're going as you can. Rotate in the opposite direction for me. So you're aiming to get the hips forwards, round to the side and all the way back. Just warming up through the hips, a little bit more movement through the spine. Fantastic, let's hold that there. We're going to do some moving quad stretches, so just kicking the foot up towards the bottom. Might want to just hold it for a second or two. It's not really aimed to be a super big stretch, but just making sure that we get that movement into the knees and a gentle stretch to the front of the quads. It's all a bit much on the balance, you can hang onto a wall, okay? So don't panic about that. But it's just allowing the foot to kick up towards the bottom, and I'm holding it just for a couple of seconds, if that. So if you prefer, you don't want to hold it, by all means, just kind of kicking the foot up behind. Okay. Just a couple more. Okay. And then we're going to do some squats moving side to side. So take the feet quite wide. Make sure the knees are in line with the toes. So I'm gently turning the toes a little bit out towards the corners of the room. Bend into the knees, push the bottom back and down, and just gently lean the body forwards as you push the body weight across. Okay. Doesn't have to be a super deep squat. All I'm aiming is just to get that movement, to get the body weight across from side to side, making sure that the knees are bending kind of in line with the feet, so I'm not causing any twisting, any torsion between the knee or the ankle, okay? But just a little bit of extra movement down there. Lovely. Okay, and from here going to the middle, rolling the body up, and you can walk the feet back in. Wonderful. It's the best bit of the workout. It's time for a balance. I hope you're ready. Okay. Because we're all nice and warm now. We're going to do some warrior three. We haven't done these in ages. Actually, I'm not going to look at the mirror because that is destined for failure if I do. So we're going to build it up. Build it up, build it up. If you want to grab onto a wall or whatever, by all means, or a chair, whatever you need to grab onto is fine. We're going to move towards doing a warrior three. I've just realised I've got socks with grips on, so I can't drag them on the floor or I'll fall over. So I've got to be really careful to lift my feet up. Didn't think that through. Right, so reach forwards. So the body leans forwards as the leg goes behind. So I'm not hyperextending at the back. What do I mean by that? I mean that I'm trying to keep a nice straight line as the leg goes forward. The body's tipping as well, so you're not kind of bananaing my back, okay? Doesn't need to be a painful move for your back here. This should be quite gentle, really. Okay, we're going to gradually increase the size of the move. Now, as always, you've got options with your hands. You might want to keep them on towards the waist. You could maybe keep them wide. That'd be a bit different. Try not to hit anything while I'm doing that. Or you can go kind of into a more traditional warrior three of reaching forwards and lengthening through the body. So the spine remains long. You'll notice well that as I'm tipping, the neck's remaining long. So I'm not looking up and hyperextending at the neck. I'm kind of looking down. As my body goes forwards, my gaze is going down towards the floor. Okay? Alright, we're ready to do a big walk. Are we ready? I think we should have a go. Right, when you're ready. Okay, reach forwards, tip, 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 tip. I want you to try and get into a capital T. So you're reaching fully forwards, the leg is fully back. Try and keep the hips reasonably level. Standing leg is soft, knee is soft. And you're reaching, reaching, reaching. 10, 9, 8, 7, oh, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, release. Just give yourself a little rub and a pat, because we've got to do the other side. Okay, from here, from our neutral again, reach forwards, leg tips back. Keep going if you can. So get to your capital T position and keep reaching. Doing really well. Are you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, nice. Nice. Cool. Well, this time we've got a similar but different, because instead of going forward and back, we're going to go side to side for our stretching. So again, we'll just start gradually building up. Oh, this is a bit of a limit on the width of my gym there, isn't it? I'm going to end up hitting something. It's all fine. It's all fine. I'll bounce off. It'll be fine. Nice big stretch. Wonderful. Okay, so you're reaching. Nice long line, fingertips to toes. And the standing leg remains nice and soft. Okay? Fantastic. Okay, let's hold this next one. Hold. So do you want to get this hand along the leg? Do you want to kind of have it up so that you're kind of doing 3 points for a start or 4 points for a start? But a nice big reach. Feeling the stretch along the body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, release that. Again, get a bit of movement if you need to. We're going to go to the other side. So imagining as we're going, we're between 2 panes of glass. So it's not we're leaning forwards or backwards, we're just really side to side movement. Got a nice big stretch, big reach. I'd never make a ballerina, would I? I'm wobbling all over the place. That's alright. Horses for courses, right? Yeah. Right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey! Awesome! Another amazing week of balance. Good work. Right, we are going to go the back roll mats this time. So we're going to do a little bit of roll down, roll up back. I do this all the time, but I just think it feels so good. So good. So let's do it. Okay, feet under hips, standing up nice and tall, neutral position. Neck is long, and when you're ready, tilt the chin and really focus on slowly rolling down. So we're going to have just a few of these as we often do. Just rolling down, rolling up, you build up the size of the rolling. Back to neutral. In that neutral, just really get those shoulder blades on the back. Get the spine nice and long before you go again. Okay, so then upper body. When you're peeling it down, you're getting a lovely stretch. As you get towards the bottom, you might feel it towards your hamstrings. You're allowing that spine to stretch out, the discs to really get some space in between them. Fantastic. And keep going. We're going to increase the size of the move. Getting down to the bottom. Lovely. Back to neutral. When you're ready, peeling it down. Okay. Right, when you get to the bottom this time, just hang down there. So hopefully get towards the bottom of your move. We're just going to hang. Just let the head hang heavy. Look, your gaze is probably roughly between your knees, somewhere between your legs, looking behind you. Just stretch here, just relax, just release. Okay, and if you want to, you can just come down towards the mat, however is comfy for you. You can either come down towards an all fours position, or go by the side. We're going to end up actually on our tummies to start with tonight. So coming down to that neutral prone position. If you find it comfy, if you like to have a little cushion underneath your hips, by all means, you can do that. I'll just take my glasses off before they fall off. For this one, it's going to be purely lower body to start with, so if you want to just rest your forehead on your hands or something like that, by all means do so. So we're going to get a neutral position in our spine. Just gently tuck the hips under, so you're gently tilting the pelvis kind of down towards the mat. Okay, and from here we're going to do a move called heel beats. So allow the toes to gently point out towards the corners of the mat, so that the heels are gently pointing in,
the toes gently pointing out. When you're ready, okay, let's switch on that core, put on the hips to belt, and then just gently squeeze the glutes. So squeeze the bum gently just to raise the feet a little bit off the floor. Now, if this is uncomfy on your lower back, by all means do one leg, do something different, pop back into child's pose. If you're feeling good, stick with me, okay? And what we're going to do is just do little beats of the heels in together. So it's just beat, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep going with a nice slow breath, but you're squeezing gently the legs together, in and out, little beats. Still thinking about that core contraction, control of the core. And we'll just go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest it down. Okay, so just take a little breather there. Yeah, a little breather. And we're going to try one more round of those. It's nothing too long, nothing too arduous, just a little starter. So again, set the feet up, so the toes gently point out, the heels gently point in. When you're ready, switch on the core, and then squeeze at the glutes to lift up just an inch or two off the mat. And then we're going to beat, 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 beat. So it's a nice, smooth, controlled movement. Just beating in and out. Hopefully this is feeling all good on your back. If not, by all means, take a rest, take a break. Hopefully just nice and comfy, and you're actually working into the glutes quite nicely, controlling the core and working into the glutes. And a little bit into these inner thighs, beating in and out. So when you're ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. That's it. Okay, we're going to pop up to all fours actually from here. So get the hands underneath the shoulders. Control that core again, so put on the hips to belt, and when you're ready, just gently push up into all fours. And from here, we haven't feels like I haven't done it in ages, I think we haven't. Let's do some cat and cows, it's so good. So getting our neutral position, we'll just get the position right before we start. So knees directly underneath the hips, feet directly behind the knees, and you just, we're going to roll up and down through the pelvis. Now I won't spend too long doing this, because cat and cow will be doing it, that's what we're doing really. So just getting a neutral spine, but drawing those shoulder blades down the back. Imagining you're screwing the hands into the mat, and the spine is long. But when you're ready, just let the head drop down, bring those shoulder blades up towards the ceiling. And in the other direction. So I really want to spend a little bit of time tonight on this. That we're getting that movement, that flexibility into the back. Now, each one of you, I'm sure, will feel slightly different with this, and do you know what? You might have a little twinge, a little discomfort, a little tightness that tonight you just like to gently work through and move around. So, you've got loads and loads of options, things you can do. You can think about moving the hips gently backwards. You might want to stay with the back arch to doing that, and just draw that towards the lower part of the back, okay? The further your hips go back, kind of lower it, eases down into your back. By all means, if you want to, just spend a bit of time in child's pose here. You might want to move it further up your back. Ease that body weight gently forwards, assuming it's comfy on your wrists as well, of course. If your wrists aren't feeling great with this, you can pop onto your fists or something similar. If your wrists are okay, you can just draw those shoulders further past the wrists, still keeping that back arched. You might want to spend extra time with the tummy down, chin up. This might be what you need tonight, that stretch down the front of the body. Or you might need to keep moving. You might want to draw some circles. Or draw a figure of 8 with your hips. Okay, so loads of different options. Other things you can think about, take the hands to the side, looking over the hips on one side. Okay, so you've got that nice stretch down the far side, making it all long. Or taking it the other way. Or as I said, you could be sitting back here in child's pose and just enjoying the child's pose. You've got options with child's pose. You can have the knees together, you can have the knees wide, you can have the hands above the head, you can have the hands down towards the feet. There's just so much choice here, okay? But I just want to give you that opportunity for a lovely stretch of the back. And just being mindful, so my back tonight is just one little twinge on a side, so actually I just need to stay a bit more one-sided than the other. Just to really release and ease through. And even as you're over to one side, gently rocking back and forth can feel quite nice. Just that gentle rock. Okay. We're switching sides. I hope you have found whatever iteration, whatever version it is that feels good to you tonight. Okay, and just coming back to the middle for me here. So coming back to our neutral position, hopefully that was really nice. I really enjoyed that. From here, we're going to do a little small combination of tricep push-ups and downward dogs. So do more of whichever you prefer, or you can try and even it out, as I will be trying to be reasonably even. So the tricep push-ups, just to remind you, we've got this neutral position already, nice little curve in the lowest part of the spine. The inner crease of the elbows pointing up towards the head. From here, bend at the elbows, so the elbows go towards the waist, and the body goes down. So you've got options on intensity. The closer your nose goes towards your knees, the less intense, but I want you to press up with the palm of the hands to get back up. If you want to take it harder, the nose goes out further. If you want to take it harder, you can either push the knees back or push the hands forwards. The nose goes right in front. If you really want to work top level, okay, going down and up. Okay, so we're going to do sets of 3 with tricep push-ups and then drop back to a downward dog for me. So the hips go high and the heels go down. When you're ready, breathe in, switch on the core, and as you breathe out, you're going to come down, press up with the palms of the hands. So we'll just do 3, 2, and 1. And then from here, tuck the toes, take the hips high, straighten out through the legs. They don't have to be dead straight, but just straighten them well. Pushing the chest down towards the feet and the ankles. And so feel a really nice stretch down the back of the thighs, so the hamstrings, the back of the thighs. You might want to just bend at the knees if that's a bit too intense. Pushing the chest forwards and down gives you a stretch through the shoulders. If you want to, you can walk the dog, so you just allow the heels to alternate towards the mat. And when you feel like you've had a really lovely little stretch there, let's go back to all fours, or back to those tricep press-ups. So choose your position. You might want to do the same, do different. I'm going to take it a little bit harder this time. Okay, so straightening out all the way, for me, from the knees to the top of the head, feet flat against the floor, down, press up, down. Is that core still engaged? Neutral spine. Okay, and then coming back to all fours, so I can pop back up to downward dog. And just enjoying this lovely stretch, allowing the neck to remain long. So the gaze is towards the toes, the chest is easing towards the shins and the ankles. Lovely. And breaking at the knees, so you're coming back down to all fours. Again, choose your position for your tricep press-ups, okay? I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna have a go at a full tricep press-up. Don't feel like you need to. I might never get up, that's the problem. When you're ready, down and up, down and up. And the elbows going towards the waist. Bring it back to all fours. Don't know if I'll do that again. Tuck the toes, take the hips up. Okay. Just have one more go at some press-ups. It's a bit of a worry, isn't it? That time when your brain says, oh yeah, I can do that, and then your body just goes, yeah, I don't think I will. Yeah. Asking for a face plant, right? One more set. One more set. I'm going to go for that middle version this time. You choose your version, guys. So down to the knees. Press it down. Press it up. 2. And 3. And this time, instead of down dog, I'm going to pop back to child's pose. So just take the hips back. I can't see past my t-shirt. There we go. It's better. Pop the hips back. Let the hips and the glutes head down towards the ankles and the feet. Okay, if it's comfy for you, by all means you can have the knees a little bit wider. It might allow you to get a little bit deeper into the stretch, as your chest might go down slightly further. Just an option, okay? And if you want to give the arms and the shoulders a bit more of a rest, by all means take them down towards the feet. Just let the shoulders flop down. Just enjoying this little stretch here. Okay. bring the hands back up so you can gently come up to a kneeling position here. Okay, I'm going to kneel to face you. Excuse me. Got a hair in my mouth. No good. Right. What we're going to do here is a side kick kneeling. Okay. So if you need anything, if your knees don't get super comfy and you're not on a super comfy floor, by all means you can pop a little cushion under one or both your knees. I've actually got quite a squashy mat, so this is all good for me. But it's just if knees aren't your thing, this might not feel so good. I will also give you alternatives, so it's less pressure on the knees as well. But let me build you up. So starting from here, so the knees are under the hips, you're in a neutral position, the spine is in this nice neutral position. So it sits kind of nearly up nice and tall, chin pointing forwards. Take the hand out, we're just going to reach over to lean over on that side. So I'm going to make a straight line all the way down the body so that the spine remains kind of straight-ish with the leg. If that's not so comfy on the knee, by the way, you can do this from the side, okay? Just propping up onto the elbow. But if we're all good on the knee, let's assume we're all good for the sake of argument. Right, from here, you're ready. Breathe in, switch on the core, and between those two panes of glass, and take the leg up, and then sweep it forwards and backwards, forwards and backwards. Last time, forwards and backwards into the middle, and bring it down. Okay, regain, rest. Two planes of glass, you can take the arm up if you wish, up, forwards and backwards. Do you still have that core control? Okay, so we're trying not to kind of bend and flex at the spine and rest it down. So you bring the leg up with those abductors, those muscles on the side of the leg, and then you're getting a little bit of hip flexors to move the leg forwards, glute to move the leg back, but without kind of bananaing in both directions with the spine. One more set here. Bring it up, sweep forwards, sweep back. It's nice and slow and controlled. The spine remains long. Okay, lovely. And bringing back, coming back to the middle, you can have a little rest here. And if you want to, have a little stretch out through the feet here. So just coming, I'll show you from the side, just so you can see, tucking the toes under, just sitting onto the feet, so you have a little rest. And while we're doing that, so if that's not comfortable on your feet, it's too much stretch, by all means just pop the feet flat down. It's just if that feels quite nice to have a little stretch along the back of the feet, and then you've got an opportunity to do so. We'll also stretch across the top of the back while we give ourselves a little rest. So imagine you're hugging around a really big tree. You've got a nice round pudding bowl in the middle. And let the head drop down, draw those shoulder blades apart. So I'm feeling this stretching through the back of the feet. And I'm feeling the stretch across the top of the back. And just allowing the head to relax down, just feel a bit heavy. Okay, should we go back to that side? We're going to go the other way though, so I can keep looking at you, it's all good. Right, so starting now in a fairly neutral position. Just going to drop the hand down. Don't forget, if you need to come off the knee, you can come off the knee and do it as a side lying position, okay? So fairly straight line, neutral start here. You've got options with the arm, you can take it up, you can take it over, you can keep it down the leg. When you're ready, breathe in, switch on the core, just breathe out, float the leg up, forwards and back. So it's controlling this spine position. Controlling the legs. So this isn't a swing, okay, it's a smooth, controlled move. Core still working nicely. The upper body should not really give away what direction the lower body is moving in. You're trying to isolate kind of tummy button down from tummy button up in terms of your body, keeping that long position. We're just doing 3 sweeps in both directions. Okay, lovely. And release it there. Release it there and bring it back to the middle. This time, again, if you like, stretch your feet again, just tuck the toes under and sit back onto the feet. So you've got that open kind of feet, toes under position. You can do a chest stretch here instead. So a couple of options, same as we usually do, but obviously not sitting on the floor, so squeeze the shoulder blades together and you can look up, or you can have the hands nice and wide and open, but just stretching so you get a really nice stretch all across
way across the front of your chest. Fantastic. Really squeeze those shoulder blades together at the back and opening out the chest at the front. Brilliant. And release it there. Release, relax. I'm actually going to do a little move called Mermaid now. So you're getting, again, some stretching down the side. I've got my glasses back on so I can see. It's like magic. Awesome. Right, so for a mermaid, if it's comfy for you to do so, have the legs kind of over to one side. It's a one-sided move. If that's not comfy, again, you can stay kneeling up, or you can do it cross-legged. You can have it in a more kind of neutral lower body position. But if it's comfy and you're all right, let's have it in this kind of side-sitting position. The hands is just giving us a little bit of support at the side. And from here, we're just going to reach over. Take it over, and as you sweep the arms back, take the other arm over. So obviously you'll be able to go further in one direction than the other because there's asymmetry in the lower part of your body. It just gives you a nice stretch down the side. And again, the upper body is working between those two panes of glass. We've had a number of those moves tonight, where it's really side to side moves, less about the forward backward flexion, more about the side flexion. This gives us a little bit of stretch because obviously there's quite a lot of side strength work on our side hick kneeling, supporting that side position. Okay. And just this one. And then if you have been managing to do it kind of with side sitting legs, swap them round, okay? I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So if that has been working for you, by all means. So kind of got one foot almost tucked onto the other leg, and the other leg just out to the side, but both the feet are kind of pointing towards the side. So again, sitting up nice and tall, you've obviously got your core switched on as we always do. When you're ready, sweep over and sweep back. And it's a really smooth, controlled movement. And just see how far you're able to reach over the top. So it's a little bit of a variation, isn't it? I mean, often we have the chalk circles or the arm opening. So we've got that twisting of the spine towards the upper part of the spine and the thoracic spine around the rib cage. But here, this is more a side flexion, so a little bit of a variety tonight from what we've often tend to do. So working our spine in a different plane, in a different way. Hopefully a comfortable way. Hopefully something that's helping you to get a bit more movement in this direction than you might normally do so. Okay, just taking that arm over, and then we're done. Lovely. Right, I'm going to get you to lie down on your backs now. Right, so coming into our mat work, if you need to go onto your legs, do so as you come down. We're going to get that neutral position on our backs. So, let's start with the feet together, take the heels out, take the toes out, knees will follow. So knees, hips and feet all aligned as though they're on tram tracks and hip width apart. Knees pointing up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, we're just going to tilt through the pelvis. So that pencil on the front of our pelvis is pointing over our heads, pointing over our feet. As you're allowing the lower back to kind of overarch and then press down in towards the floor, keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Just getting that movement into the lower part of the spine again. Okay, coming to let that settle. So you've got the small arch in the lower back, so if you just kind of squeeze some fingertips underneath the lower part of your back, and that would feel really alright, not too uncomfortable there, so feeling quite nice. Again, lengthening down through the spine, pulling up, drawing up all the way through to the top of the head. So the chest is kind of relaxed, shoulders heavy, arms heavy in towards the floor. So both nice, comfortable, neutral position. Let's go for a full and wide breathing here.
right, again, I've chosen the wrong socks. They're sticky. Honestly, what was I thinking? I'm going to switch sides. What was I thinking? Honestly. We've all done it, right? It's not as bad as when you wear your trousers inside out. I've done that one as well. That's not a good day. Not normal trousers, gym trousers. Okay, normal trousers, that'd be completely weird. But gym trousers, easily done if you get dressed in the dark. And reach out. Gosh, you're getting all the workings, innermost workings of my mind tonight falling out, aren't they? Terrible. If this is all feeling good. And let's just imagine the leg that's remaining is just remaining ever so slightly almost off the mat. So it's almost raised up. You're still sliding the opposite leg away. Wonderful. And if this is feeling good, we'll bring a little bit of variety in here. So next time the leg slides away, just hold it out. I'm going to lift it up, bring it back down, and bring it in. So what I want you to think about while this is going, the leg that's stationary for me is still kind of almost floating. So I've got this position where I'm almost hovering both legs away. As the leg goes up and down, the hips remaining really super level. So it's all being controlled by the core. Okay, and this is obviously only if this is working for you. You don't have to raise the leg if you would rather not to, that's fine. Keep it at the lower level if you want to. Okay, and maintaining kind of relaxation, again from the tummy button up. It's all quite relaxed. If you looked at the imprint of your back on the mat, you want it to kind of be pretty symmetric, so you don't want it to be jarring back and forth side to side, because you're controlling the natural temptation to roll. You're using the muscles that aren't kind of moving, they're holding position, holding you in place to control that. So you're working the core, you're working the hip flexor, as the legs going up and out, up and down. You're working the quad, because to hold that straight leg position, you have to control the quad as well. So it's not tight out. Look, kind of your foot's quite still fairly relaxed. Not locking out anywhere here. But it's all about the control. It's all about the kind of relaxing what can be relaxed and controlling just enough so that the muscles you want to work are the ones that are actually going. Okay? Okay, just one more each side. Last one. Quite a nice control piece there. Lovely, bring that in. Take the feet a little bit wider. We're going to do some hip rolls. A nice little hip roll stretch. So if you have space and you'd like to take the arms wide, or you can cactus arms them, or you can keep them in if you prefer, just keep them on your tummy, whatever suits. But if you've got the space, use it. And just allow the knees to kind of gently controlled fall side to side, not splat against the floor. It wouldn't look very Pilates, would it, splatting around? Just controlled motion. Oh, and you're just getting that lovely twisting stretch in the lower part of the spine. Fantastic. Wonderful. Now next time your legs flop towards me, let them stay there. We'll take this leg at the back all the way across if you've got the space to do so. And you can use the hand if you want to, just to gently ease the leg towards the mat. Try and keep this far shoulder blade down so we've got that beautiful stretch, twist around the spine. Just relax it there. Really enjoying this. ready, bring that leg back. Take it over to the other side. So, I'm a bit wonky. There we go. Right, leg over, and then take that back leg across. Try not to kick any furniture. That's a good idea. Take the shoulder, keep that shoulder blade down. If you want to even look over the shoulder blade that's down, that just kind of encourages your weight in the top part of your body to stay in that direction, while the lower half's going the other way. You can use the hand again if you need to, or you'd like to, just to ease the leg towards the mat. Just get a really nice twist. Fantastic. Wonderful. Just enjoy that. Right, let's bring it back in. So again, try not to kick anything in your near surroundings. Wonderful. Coming back to this neutral position. Right, so you're going to do some rolling up, so I need to get you back sitting. So if you want to grab onto one of your legs, gently ease yourself back up to a neutral sitting position. So again, the neutral sitting, we'll have the feet, knees and hips all nicely aligned, sitting up nice and tall. If you can, try and get that lower back into a neutral position, okay? I'm not going to encourage you here necessarily to sit on a block because we're going to be rolling backwards, but if you do have a ball behind you, you can sit on the edge of the ball and just roll off the front arms, hip the pelvis nice, and then you can pop that ball just gently out behind you. So in this neutral position, the shoulders are back and down, the spine is nice and long. When you're ready, breathe in, switch on the core, and as you breathe out, you can have your hands just behind if you wish, but we're just going to curve and curl the spine to roll back and roll up. So we're starting small, start small, okay? So you're getting strength in that kind of C-shaped curve of the spine, coming back all the way to neutral each time. And just see how low you'd like to go. We have done this before, and you can by all means use your ball just as a little reminder behind you if you've got a ball there with you. Or a cat, I don't know, I haven't got any pets. I've got a hamster actually. Oh, hamster news! I'm talking about hamsters still fine. I thought hamsters only supposed to live 18 months, it's about 19 or 20 now. It's a bit of a worry. We haven't had a hamster update for a while. Keep rolling back. What's she whispering on about? Keep rolling back, guys. Okay. If you wish to, you can go all the way down and even bring the arms over. But try to make sure if you do go all the way down that you can get back up, kind of using the strength in your abs rather than that swinging or hitching. If you get down and you get stuck, alright, it happens. Let's grab a leg and gently use that to help you back up. So if you would like to go down, you don't normally get a chance because you're like, I can't get back up. No. Okay, just grab a leg and gently ease back up, okay? But if you're comfy to do so, you can just roll. Just roll, it's nice and relaxed. I mean, relaxed is a relative term, right? It's not easy. But just smooth and controlled. Here we go. Maybe just a couple more. I'll tell you what, if we do one more, let's land up on our backs. Okay, we want to stay back. So if you haven't been going all the way down, you can grab onto a leg and get yourself back to your position on your back. We're just going to do a few cheeky shoulder bridges just to finish up. Okay, so getting into our neutral position. So shoulder bridge, if you did have anything beneath your head at any point, which we haven't really used the cushion so much today, but if you did have a cushion earlier on, please, you don't need it now. So feet, knees and hips still along those tram tracks, but now the feet are closer in towards the bottom, okay? I'm just going to get that neutral position in, because with the feet a little bit closer in, it naturally eases your back slightly closer towards the floor to arch down a little bit more than it naturally would. So get that neutral position, everything else nice and relaxed and heavy. When you're ready, breathe in, switch on the core. As you breathe out, just tilt the pelvis. So you're going to press down on the heels, tilt the pelvis up towards the ceiling. We're just going to slowly and gradually. Now we've designed this session really tonight to just get all that movement into the spine, and movements that we haven't always been doing in some of our other workouts, hence the Mermaid, hence some more of our rolling up and rolling down. So this one, next time you get to to the top. So when you get back to the bottom, you go back to neutral. Breathe in, just turn the core, squeeze the glutes to go back up, hips go up towards the ceiling. Now from here, just let one hip drop and roll down the side of your spine. So you're almost getting a little massage down the side of your spine. Coming back to the middle to neutral before you roll back up. So it's that sensation of almost a cartwheel pressing along the floor. Drop the hip. Rolling back down. So again, what I'm focusing on here, back to neutral and peeling up, is the mobility of the spine and that sensation of a little bit of a different movement to those that we often do. So just a little bit of movement down the side of the spine. And that sensation of a little tiny massage. Lovely. Back to neutral. So each time you're pressing the vertebrae and rolling them up, 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 remember coming up to about shoulder blade level at the back. Let the hip drop and roll it down the side. Back to the middle. Hip drops and rolling it down. Okay, just a couple more. So I just wanted to do this to give you that sensation of extra movements into the spine. Last one, so we're rolling up, hopefully. You'll be roughly even this time when you come down. Okay, lovely. And it's time for a stretch already, because I've only got going. We've fitted a lot in actually, so let's have a little stretch on the hamstrings. If you do have a belt with you, by all means grab it. I'm not going to use one tonight, so I'll just go old school. Okay, so hold it behind the back of the leg. The trick is this leg needs to be straight, okay, so don't be tempted to bring it in close but bend at the knee. Try and get this leg straight. Hold on behind the leg, behind the thigh, behind the calf. You can get to the foot, well done you. I don't think I ever will. But just holding it behind and let the other leg stretch away. So you're trying to get this really nice stretch in the back of the hamstring. And just relax. Release it there. I'm going to switch sides. Well, actually, let's take the ankle over to the opposite knee. We'll switch sides in a minute. We'll just get a nice little glute stretch seen through here anyway. Draw that leg in towards the body. So you've got a kind of a 4 shape with your legs. So you might find it a bit too tricky to get it. If you just have your foot down, you can press out, or you can have that leg brought in, or you can extend that back leg up towards the ceiling. Plenty of options available there. Hopefully getting this stretch into the abductors and the glutes. Going to switch sides, so we will do that hamstring stretch now on the other side. Holding the leg up, stretching the other leg away. And the reason we stretch that kind of bottom leg away is to pin the hips down really, so that you're avoiding kind of getting what you think is a hamstring stretch and really it's just the lower part of your spine tucking under a bit. So we're pinning those hips nicely down, hopefully getting the stretch in the back of the leg. Again, you can be holding right here, that's absolutely fine. If you do have your belt loop around your foot, that can work really nicely. Okay, release that there, ankle over to the opposite knee. Draw that far leg in if it's comfy, and straighten up through the leg. At the back. Okay, and release that there. So we're going to gently come up to a sitting position again. If you want to hang on to one of your legs just to help you get there. And from here we're just popping over onto all fours. So rather than go, we've done some cat-cow already. I'm kind of happy our spines should be feeling fantastic. We're going to do a calf stretch. So from all fours, just take one leg behind, let the toes drop down and push the heel over the top of the toes. And this is where my sticky socks come into their own. Hooray! Winning at last! push that heel backwards. The shoulder blades are still drawn down the back, but you're pushing the heel over the top of the toes, feeling the stretch in the calf. I knew that had to be a good pointer. Yeah, finally done it, figured it out. And switch sides. So take the leg back, toe down, push the heel over the top and gently ease the body weight back down towards the heel. Lovely, and release that there. We're just going to tuck the toes, press that body weight backwards, gently straighten up through the legs. We're going to roll up through the spine. Okay, we're just going to do a few shoulder rolls to finish. Oh, finish where we started tonight, lovely. With a couple of big ones. Oh, don't hit the ceiling. It's never a problem I'm going to have, is it? Let's be honest. Wasn't born with height, was I? Never mind. Right, relax it then. I do hope you have enjoyed our workout. I hope your back is feeling awesome tonight. And give me a like, give me a share, say hello. It's lovely to know that there's somebody on the other side of that phone somewhere. And otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic week and I will see you next week. Alright, you take care. Bye bye.